Hello, this is Switchblade. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Today's video might be kind of controversial. I'm going to be talking about something that I kind of don't want to talk about, but at the same time I feel like I needed to. Back in the beginning of January, Jeremy Renner, the actor best known for his role as Hawkeye in the Avengers, and he was also in a Jason Bourne spinoff, and Hurt Locker from way back. That guy, Jeremy Renner, was involved in a freak accident, allegedly. It was reported in the news that his injuries were very extensive, very deadly, and he could have died. These injuries were caused by being run over by or crushed by a piston bully, a really big fucking snowplow. One of these things here. So yeah, allegedly, and I say allegedly, you'll see why I'm choosing to use that word. Allegedly, he was crushed by this thing. Now, if you've ever seen what a human body looks like after it's been crushed by several tons of fucking metal, then you would know that this person here, the person that you're seeing right now, the person that you're seeing here right now, just walking, seemingly even without a limp. He's walking just fine. It doesn't even look like he's limping. And I see no injuries to his legs either. Here, let's go to an interview that he did with, I believe this is ABC News or Diane Sawyer. Let's run a little bit of that. Here, see his legs? Okay. According to this story, at least one of his legs was mangled by the piston bully, the snowplow. That was one of the early reports, that he had massive bleeding from his legs. Do you see any noticeable injuries here? I don't see any scarring. I don't see anything on either of his legs. Granted, we can't see the other side of his right leg. Maybe it's there? Who knows? Like, he seems to have full control of his arms, and one of the things that they said is that he had blunt trauma to his chest. So how did the blunt trauma get to his chest without his arm, at least one of his arms, getting fucked up first, right? Because if the piston bully was gonna crush his chest, it had to go over his arm as well. So how the hell did that happen? And listen, I'm not trying to shit all over this dude. Like, I remember when I was young, I was really into The Hurt Locker. I love that movie. And I was even into The Bourne Legacy, which was the Bourne spinoff that he was in. So I'm not trying to shit on this guy, but at the same time, if I see bullshit, you know, and this smells like bullshit, and granted, I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong. But it smells like bullshit to me. Okay? Like, if you've ever seen, like I said earlier, if you've ever seen what the human body looks like after it's been crushed by several tons of steel, then you would know that if any part of Jeremy Renner was under that thing, then he would not be with us anymore. Or at the very least, whatever part of his body was under it would have to have been removed. So, you know, I hope that I'm wrong, because I would hate to think that, you know, someone that I used to look up to would be capable of hoaxing something like this and pulling something like this over on his fans, you know. Because if this is a hoax, then yeah, that would be fucked up. I mean, I remember when I was first reading the story, like, I was mortified. I was horrified. I thought there was a good chance he was gonna die, because you look at the fucking piston bully, the snowplow, and, you know, they said he was crushed under it. And if you've never seen what the human body looks like after it's been crushed by something that heavy, then I want you to picture something, and this might, even just picturing it, you'll get a good idea of how messy it can be. Just picture smashed spaghetti. Okay? That's basically what you're gonna have after an accident like that. That's why I say anything, if any part of Jeremy Renner was under that piston bully, then that part of his body was gone. There's no way that he could be sitting there with all 4 of his limbs fully attached and fully functional the way that he is and able to run perfectly like he was in that video earlier. Like, that does not make any sense.